Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, we are exploring a highly effective tool designed specifically for penetration testers and bug bounty hunters to audit the security of web applications. The tool is called 403 Jump, and its primary mission is to help you systematically bypass HTTP 403 forbidden pages using a variety of clever techniques. If you spend time assessing web applications, you are likely very familiar with the 403 forbidden status code. It means the server understood your request but refuses to authorize it. Often, this is a legitimate security measure protecting sensitive administrative panels, internal API endpoints, or critical configuration files. But web servers, load balancers, and reverse proxies are complex systems. Sometimes these access restrictions are implemented poorly. They might rely on flawed logic, misconfigured routing, or easily manipulated HTTP headers. This is exactly where 403 Jump proves its value. It automates the process of testing these boundaries to see if the access controls can be ethically bypassed. Before we dive into how it works, it is crucial to establish the ethical boundaries. 403 Jump is a powerful auditing tool meant exclusively for authorized penetration testing, bug bounty hunting on platforms with active scopes, and assessing applications you own or have explicit permission to test. Unauthorized access is illegal and unethical. The objective of using this tool is to identify these misconfigurations before malicious actors do, allowing developers to properly secure and patch their environments. So, what makes 403 Jump so effective? It relies on several core features and multiple bypass techniques. The first technique involves experimenting with different HTTP verbs. A poorly configured server might block a standard GET or POST request to a sensitive endpoint, but might completely ignore or incorrectly process other methods like trace, options, put, or even custom methods. 403 Jump automatically cycles through these to see if the underlying application framework reacts differently. Next, the tool focuses on manipulating HTTP headers. A common misconfiguration occurs when front-end proxies forward traffic to back-end servers based on trust headers like X forwarded for, X custom IP authorization, or X original URL. By fuzzing these specific headers, 403 Jump attempts to trick the back-end server into believing the request is originating from a trusted internal IP address, effectively bypassing the external restriction. Additionally, it utilizes path fuzzing. This involves appending various characters, slashes, dots, and encoded bypass payloads to the target URL. Something as simple as adding a trailing slash, a dot slash, or URL encoding certain parts of the path can sometimes completely confuse the routing mechanism of a web application, tricking it into granting access to the forbidden resource. 403 Jump automates this tedious process entirely. Beyond these bypass techniques, the tool is designed with flexibility and speed in mind. It allows for deep customization, letting you inject custom headers and specific session cookies for more targeted and authenticated testing scenarios. Furthermore, because it's written in Go, it leverages Go routines to perform all these fuzzing actions concurrently. This means you get your scan results incredibly fast, making your reconnaissance phase much more efficient. Now, let's get 403 Jump installed on our system so we can start using it. While there are a few ways to install Go-based tools, including the standard Go install command, for my setup, I used the git clone method to pull the repository directly to my machine. This is a great approach if you want to inspect the source code or build it manually. Open up your terminal and type git clone followed by the repository URL, which is github.com/trap-bytes/403-jump. Once the repository is cloned, navigate into the newly created 403 Jump directory. Since this is a Go project, you must ensure you have Golang installed and properly configured on your system. With Go ready, you simply execute the go build command. This compiles the source code and generates your executable binary directly within that folder. You can then move this binary to your user local bin directory or any folder in your system path, allowing you to run the tool from anywhere in your terminal. With the installation complete, let's explore how to actually use 403 Jump in the field. The best starting point for any command line tool is its help menu. By typing 403jump-h in your terminal, the tool will display all of its supported arguments and usage examples. The interface is intentionally straightforward, giving you exactly what you need without unnecessary complexity. The core argument you'll use constantly is the -t flag, which specifies your single target URL. For instance, you can type 403jump-t followed by your target domain.com or the full URL structure like https://domain.com. While supplying just the domain works, providing the full URL is generally better practice to ensure you are targeting the exact protocol and endpoint you intend to audit. If you are engaged in a larger bug bounty scope and have gathered a massive list of 403 endpoints across multiple subdomains, you don't want to run this tool manually for every single one. That's where the -f flag becomes incredibly useful. You can specify a text file containing all your target URLs. The command would be 403jump-f followed by domains.txt. The tool will then systematically read through your list and concurrently test every URL for bypass vulnerabilities, saving you hours of manual labor. In many penetration testing workflows, it's crucial to route your traffic through an intercepting proxy like Burp Suite or OWASP-ZAP. This allows you to carefully inspect the raw requests being sent and the exact responses coming back. 403jump supports this seamlessly with the -p flag. You simply run the tool with your target and append -p followed by your proxy address, typically 127.0.0.1:8080. This is the absolute best way to capture the specific payload that successfully bypassed a 403 restriction, which is essential for writing a clear, reproducible vulnerability report. There are also situations where a 403 error is tied to session management. You might need to be logged in as a standard user to attempt a bypass into an administrative area. You can pass your session cookies directly into the tool using the -c flag. The syntax is 403jump-c followed by your session string enclosed in quotes. For example, quote, user_token equals G3P21I21H, end quote. The tool will automatically append this cookie to all of its bypass attempts. Similarly, the application might require specific headers to even process the request, such as an authorization bearer token or a custom origin header. You can easily add these using the -r flag. For example, 403jump-r, quote, myheader::test, end quote. This deep level of customization ensures 403jump can adapt to the unique architectural quirks of whatever application you are auditing. Finally, we have the -timeout flag. Network latency can vary heavily, and a web server might hang or respond very slowly when bombarded with malformed paths or unexpected headers. By specifying a connection timeout in seconds, you guarantee that 403jump doesn't get stuck indefinitely on a single dead request, keeping your automated scans running smoothly. When you combine all of these features, you get a highly capable, concurrent, and customizable auditing utility. As a security researcher, finding a successful 403 bypass is incredibly rewarding. It can often lead to critical vulnerability discoveries, such as exposing sensitive environmental variables, revealing proprietary source code, or granting full access to back-end dashboards. For the developers and system administrators watching, tools like 403jump clearly demonstrate why robust, centralized access controls are non-negotiable. Relying solely on front-end proxy routing rules, trusting easily spoofed client headers, or utilizing weak regular expressions for path enforcement are all strategies that can be easily circumvented. True security must be enforced at the core application logic level. You must ensure that every single request, regardless of its format, headers, or routing path, is strictly authenticated and authorized before granting access to any protected resource. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this comprehensive breakdown of 403jump provided you with valuable insights into how HTTP bypass techniques operate and how you can integrate this tool effectively into your ethical hacking methodology. Always remember to hack responsibly, strictly adhere to your authorized scopes, and use the knowledge gained from these tools to help build more resilient and secure web applications for everyone. If you found this video informative, please consider liking and subscribing for more deep dives into cybersecurity tools and offensive security techniques. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.